34-inch neck, 2 pickups, active passive mode, fits in the overhead compartment of an aeroplane for both domestic and international flights. Could this be the perfect travel bass? Let's check it out. So I'm going to take you through my Hohner B2A, which is a licensed version of a Steinberg headless bass. These headless basses from Steinberg were first introduced in the 1980s, made popular by people like Tony Levin, Mark King of Level 42, John Entwistle of The Who, and Mike Rutherford of Genesis. The bass has a standard 34-inch scale. It has a maple neck with a rosewood fretboard. It has active and passive pickups. So I'll take you through that in a moment. It has a volume for the front, volume for the back, and a sweepable EQ when in active mode. The bridge is interesting. It has a drop D G-tune. Is done through these micro tuners at the back with the D-tune fine tuning on the top. This one is a set through, and the cavity at the back holds the electronics with the battery for the active pickup. First thing you know about playing with this is no headstock at the other end. Initially puts your view out. I find that without knowing it, the headstock provides me with a point of view of where the fret 1 is. So without that, it takes a little bit to get used to not having that there. But playing wise, it's standard frets and standard neck. So let's plug it in and have a look at how it sounds. So the other thing we've got is a little leg rest. So when you're playing in a chair, you can actually rest it on your leg and good to go. Let's try this in passive mode, rear pickup first. Now, try the front pickup. Quite a bit warmer, I think. If I try both of them in, you may not hear this, but what I can hear is as I pull both of them in, it balances the volume between the two so that they're equalized, which is quite cool. Quite warm, quite like it actually. I'm playing through the Line 6 Helix LT. I'm basically using an Ampeg SVT4 with an 8x10 cab. I don't think I'm doing anything else exciting with it. So it's relatively straight through. If I look at the drop D, pretty easy to grab hold of and use as opposed to the hip shot that I normally use. You've got to use a different arm, but it's roughly the same. Now let's try this in active mode. So you can see there's a light to tell you that it is in active mode. And again, the frequency switch to go through. So I'll put it into just the rear pickup in active mode. A bit brighter. Turn the front one on. I actually don't like the active tone that I get through this compared to the passive. Also, it means I don't have to carry batteries around with me when I'm traveling, which can get exciting in airports. But it does have that action. I must admit, having some challenges with some of the tone pot. I'm getting a bit of scratchiness with that. Probably because it's a little bit older and I haven't had it fixed. But if I go back to the passive with both pickups on, I'm getting, to me, a much warmer, all-rounded sound. Considering there's no body and I've got no headstock, so resonance of that compared to, say, one of the Yamahas or the P-Bass that I've got, it's just not there. But, you know, this is not a bad sound. So there you have it. I originally bought this when I was doing a bit of travel for work and I needed something to keep myself busy and keep my practice up. For me, it is the perfect bass. It sits in the overhead locker. You can carry it around. Downside is it actually looks like a rifle when you're traveling through the airport. That's a bit of a problem. But again, fits in the overhead locker. I don't have to worry about asking to get it put on. It's small enough, it goes in with hand luggage. When I take this with my HX Stomp, I can basically carry this and the Stomp and have a complete practice rig with me in a single overhead compartment. So again, I think this is the perfect one. Active passive, I really like the passive. I am having some challenges with the frequency knob, but I'll get that fixed up and maybe that'll change my mind. But out of the box, perfect. What more can you ask for? Hope you liked it. Stay reckless.